reducing those polling locations. That's what happened.
Especially like,
Okay, so now when you come in, instead of signing on the big electronic poll book, or instead if you're voting early, instead of them printing off a piece of paper from the printer, you're gonna sign in on the electronic poll book. So then it's gonna issue a ticket. So you won't walk around with a yellow or a green piece of paper anymore that says Democrat or Republican. It'll all say it on everyone's ticket. So you're gonna give your ticket to the judge, which tells them which ballot you get. They're gonna pull up your ballot for you. They're gonna keep a hold of the tickets. At the end of the day, the number of tickets should be the same as the number of check-ins on the electronic poll book, which should be the same number as votes cast on the machines for that location.
Very good.
So it's just, again, more balances. So these are pretty cool.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah. But basically, instead of the paper poll books, they're gonna sign in on this.
Okay.
Same with early voting. Instead of us printing off a piece of paper, they'll sign in on this.
Okay.
And then this issues a ticket that'll say what ballot they get.
Okay.
Democrat, Republican, their precinct.
Okay.
So they'll give the ticket to the judge. The judge will go pull their ballot up for them.
Okay.
Judge keeps that ticket.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, the number of tickets will be the same in a perfect world
Okay.
as the number of check-ins,
Check. Okay.
which will be the same number as the number of votes on the machines.
So how many of these do you have?
I believe we have 70.
For each one for each location?
Yeah, some locations will have two.
Two. Okay.
What did you? Oh, thank you. Yeah, the bigger locations will put two at.
Heather, tell Dr. Bud if you got more than one precinct that they can come in and.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the state this morning because I know it's like at the Civic and there's a lot of
Cummings
polling
Lodge.
locations. Yeah, Cummings Lodge, where you have multiple precincts voting
At one place.
at one place.
Okay.
So I know the machines are programmed so that you can vote on any machine.
Right.
So I think these should be programmed so that you can check in on any of them.
Right.
So, but I have to check with the state to make sure that that's legal. Because basically we're turning that into a tiny little vote center at that point, so.
I think we talked about this last time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we learn anything?
I thought that it was too difficult to are the machines reprogrammed to do
The
multiple?
machines are programmed to do that.
I
So,
thought there was maybe it was just too late in the game to.
oh, for 2020.
Right. Yeah. Before I'm talking about.
Okay.
So my question is like for this, if let's say programming needs to be done, is it our IT folks at the county who do it or somebody from the state election board who does that?
We do it.
We do it, okay.
Well, yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
We can put whatever precincts on this. We decide which location is loaded into each one. And that goes through our state voter registration system. So our footprint is there, you know who's done what.
Well, and then you still have to have the cross-reference of the tickets whenever at the end of the day. So you can't have it can't be like a big vote center.
No.
I feel for practical purposes to make it function smoothly.
Yeah.
If there are more precincts in one location, it's good to have it's programmed in such a way that with one machine you can access all those precincts.
Yeah, otherwise, MC7 might have a line out the door, and here we've got somebody standing there with one of these that can't help.
Right.
That seems silly to me.
It will make it efficient if we can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the one part when we went over there and you put your hands up like, okay.
I know I could go set that one up whenever, right over there at the complex, but I know that county council.
And someone drive it and work it. But are we talking? We're going to use it for actual voting on that.
Not on election day.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let me know. I can call you.
We need to
I know he's leaving Friday. Do we need to meet, do you guys want to meet on Thursday? We still have time to issue public notice and everything. Okay, so this is the public test for the 2022 primary voting machines. We have a pretty good mix of everybody in here, I think. Basically, what we're gonna do is and Dan, please correct me if I'm wrong, we are going to make sure that the person you select on this ballot is the person that receives the vote, correct? So we're gonna go through every single person.
You're trying to give everybody a vote.
Yep.
Now, some of these are doubles, like Cass has Wanata's on there. Don't worry about that, just do the Cass. I think some of these are multi, like the one is 22 and 23,
But I'm just doing 22.
22,
Right.
yes. Yeah, if you follow the paper ballot, give everybody a vote, that's your,
Right.
and then you can try and overvote, you're testing it, so do whatever. Think like a voter.
And can you want to explain this?
So these I don't believe were used in 2020.
They were not.
This is called a VVPAT, and I can't tell you what it stands for, can you? Voter verification, it's basically a paper trail. So what this does, this is connected to this machine right here, this one is MC22, and what's gonna happen is Nelson's gonna go through and he's gonna make all of his selections. When he hits the confirm vote button, it's gonna print up here, and it's gonna show him exactly who he selected. He can go back one time over here, and he can reselect, and then it's gonna void that ticket and print his new one. When he hits the big red button, this ticket is gonna drop in to this box. So the ticket stays with the box, and basically what that does, that gives us a paper trail if we are ever to be audited.
Very good.
Thanks.
And there's a screen here, I'm guessing, is to see.
Yeah, you can't take this. I don't know if you can. You can't take the paper. It stays with the machine.
Right.
So insert your blue vote card. If you have a multi-machine, pick the precinct that you're, and then whichever one you're doing first, which one's on top, Republican, Democrat.
No, that's not gonna have his name. No name, no nothing. There's no name, there's no voter ID number, there's nothing.
It's just moving the next names you select, because there's too many to fit in that window.
Yeah.
And I want to tell Heather that too.
I'm sorry?
There's an approve button on this because the ballot's so big, obviously it can't fit all the names in the window. You hit approve, it'll move up and
Oh.
show you your next selections. And if there's,
So if you approve of what you see here, you hit
then you hit
approve, and the
approve
next one
and it
comes
moves
up.
But
forward.
that doesn't mean it's confirmed.
And you may do that 3 or 4 times depending on how many names you select.
Okay.
That's
Like,
And we may have to explain
Yeah,
that
because
to
that's-
the poll workers.
because just if you hit approve, it doesn't mean it confirmed your vote.
Right, you still have to.
Awesome. You don't mess with these on
So when that paper receipt you said drops in there, is each one separated? Like it's just sitting in a box full of these receipts floating around? So they're kind of anonymized in the order that they would come in then?
Do they tear off if they just?
Yeah, or is it just
No,
on a
it
roll?
just rolls.
It's on a roll, yeah.
It's on a roll,
But
and
you'll-
if we have to change that, that is immediately paper clipped and secured.
You'll see, Justin, when I hit approve, it'll scroll it up, and then once I hit confirm, it gives like a dotted line, so it knows the next selection, right?
Yeah.
What happens with the receipts after the election?
They're secured and kept. They'll be kept
So
with all of the other
these were my
election paperwork.
selections, and if I hit approve,
Is this in one of those like double
it scrolls it up.
Because
So that it
some
has-
uses to
it has more,
what individual voted for. If they knew the
area to
order that
print.
someone came in to pull
But just because I hit approve doesn't mean it confirmed my vote. I still have to hit this
perhaps
red button to
Very.
but
confirm.
easier application, but not a lot of voters.
So then there, my vote is
Like,
confirmed, and it blanks it out, so that the next person can go ahead and
Right.
and.
And you know
make it
what order they
make
come
their
in because
selection.
there's so much space between.
But I'm confirming that what's on my sheet is what's actually on the
Definitely
machine.
want one hooked at every
So,
early voting
so far I
location.
haven't had any
Again,
issue.
just to let the public get their hands on it, see what it's about.
So what I'm doing is I'm choosing each candidate on the machine to make sure that it registers a vote and that they're on the actual paper. Right.
We will. I know that No Ink, who is the company that provides these, they have offered to come out and work with us during that training. I would hate to, I haven't had my hands on them that much, so I would hate to give the poll workers some bad information, so.
Yeah, no, if they want to come in, I think it's great that
Yeah.
they're going to do it. But maybe give a couple of different time slots that.
We're gonna give them multiple. He found a couple things for me last week, I was like, oh no.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yep. Good.
yeah, yeah, he did.
For a precinct or for a delegate?
No, delegate.
Yeah, see, we're not talking delegates.
Yeah, no, delegate, not precinct, nobody ran for.
Carol, did you do both ballots on this?
Nice. Okay.
Did you go through both of them? Oh, be careful. Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Let me see. No, I didn't do
You
this.
can go back to the previous page. What happens like on the
Nothing.
nothing? Okay.
So you can change
may have done
one time, she said. If you go back and you don't confirm your vote, you can change it and it'll reprint it.
Okay.
I think it'll void it and then it'll reprint it.
And if you were someone who was particularly
See how it says void printed ballot?
Yeah.
I went back
and
to a previous page.
if you were someone that was particularly indecisive and wanted to change multiple times, what would happen then?
That's a good question. Dan, do you know? I don't know the answer to that. Because Heather explained that you can go back one time and then it'll void it if you don't like your selection. But if you go back multiple times, Dan, does it, how would it void it? So, I'll go review ballot,
And we got the,
changing any selection.
yeah, no state delegate lists are big.
Yeah.
So I want to change
Oh,
say this one.
okay.
Okay,
We're good.
we're done with that then.
I'm sure you don't want to charge my husband at the moment.
I'm not gonna tell him.
I've already told him.
Review only.
Say that again.
You are electronically.
I can't imagine anyone's really that.
Well, what I would imagine, if you wanted to void it, I'm sure you could still void this and then use a different machine.
We, it says,
You voted the whole
test
thing.
packet we build, we go through and fill it out for each person.
Also, I'm wondering what happens when you cancel it. Does it like say voided and just cross all of that out?
Yeah. Well, it says, did you see it said voided,
Yeah, when you went to make the changes, but if you were to cancel the whole ballot,
Oh.
probably the same thing.
yeah. No, I think it did. I mean, you can try it. You see, you're saying whenever it says cancel vote?
Yeah, like the whole thing.
Let's try it. Okay, so that's just started anyway. Okay.
Where I realized it. Yeah, so
Okay. All right, so let's say I hit verify vote.
Okay.
All right, so now,
approve.
no, well, what he's asking is if I want to avoid it, I'm gonna
Okay.
avoid the paper. It says void printed ballot. Pressing yes will void the printed ballot and return to voting. If not, it is not possible to scroll in reverse, okay? So it says
Ballot
void.
That's what happens when you pick the wrong number.
Okay, so then I hit, it's just under testing. Next page.
Chuck, you wanted to see you way back
They
there.
avoided it. So then it just lets me cancel. Cancel. Yes.
Oh, cancel. Alright.
Cool. So then it goes to the
So at
next
that
screen.
point, you have to get your judge back
Right.
So
to restart the
let's see what
machine.
the QR code does.
Okay.
Oh, because we're just on the cancellation.
What? It said, I think we did it right. Oh, there. Oh, now you know. Okay.
Cool, right?
Now let's see the QR code. Shoot, went too fast. Can we open it up or?
Yeah, what is, that is a good question.
Yeah, Dan, can we open this?
I did all the selections, by the way. So it's like when you circle in the little bubbles on a test.
Okay, so
You know,
it's a scan thing.
exactly.
Okay.
Except it uses a QR code.
But yeah, you can open that.
Yeah, do it.
I'm like, who has a key? We need to learn how to change this paper anyway.
Let's see if it, QR code you should be able to.
Like scan it with your
You're
phone.
right. See what it does.
Not that anybody's gonna be able to scan it when it goes by that fast.
Or open the box.
Yeah.
That's the one she's so nice to me on the phone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in the nice village then. I said, you're in the...
I thought I just opened the McDonald's
No,
app.
no,
I
I
was
had that
gonna
open.
laugh so hard.
So it's just a number code.
Oh, so it doesn't even go to anything.
Yeah, so nothing nefarious can happen. This
Good.
code.
The question was for whoever's watching is if you scan this QR code with your phone, what pops up? And this is what pops up. Nothing.
Numbers.
Numbers. Okay.
Everybody good? Okay.
Does it timestamp it when in this on the receipt somewhere?
No, I don't think so. We can.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does.
Oh, no, that's just the thing.
Yeah, just dated.
You can see it.
You want to take a picture of that, Justin?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So, no.
Okay.
So it's mandatory to use these in the next general, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I got stuff in
So we're getting a head start by getting everyone accustomed to it. And what did you say we have about 80 of them?
Yeah. Right now, this is what we have. They are heavy.
Yeah.
Mr. Donnelly and his family.
So you'll see these
Okay.
at the voting locations. And
Yeah. And I believe, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong here, we have one of these marked for every polling location?
Yes.
Okay, so it will be at every one and every early voting location.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
But it won't be on every machine.
Correct.
Just yet.
not just yet. I would say maybe by next year.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd love to say this year in November, but what?
We're gonna need a U-Haul to get on.
We need a bigger room.
So we've ran through the testing of the machines. I believe Microvote is going through to double check everyone was accounted for on the voting. So as long as everyone that tested it amongst us.
All done voting them?
Yeah,
Yes.
on that one for sure. So as long as everyone amongst us that's tested this, other than the public that'll come in and do it today, we should be able to have a vote for everybody on the ballots. We've already double checked that everyone pops up that's on the paper ballots, so they will be on the machines. So Michael's gonna double check our work, and that's where we're at. So if you wanna test out the machines, come on down.
Yeah.